me and Deborah and Charlie and also my aunt and Bullseye, of where like my character like finally like stands up to Daredevil and finally, says what she thinks and takes up space. And
Hi, Camila.
I
Thank you so much for your time. I have a lot of Camilas in my life, so thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you and to talk about this series. Very amazing, Daredevil, Born Again. How excited for you to be part of a series like that.
Yeah, well, it was like this, it was Netflix series and it sort of transitioned into like Disney Plus and we're kind of like seeing this journey with all of the characters and seeing how much they've grown or how much they've grown apart. It's great being a part of a series like this where, you kind of feel like you're carrying this mantle of a thing that a lot of people love and a lot of people adore and that want to protect and kind of like honoring that love at the end of the day.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like pressure to be part of something that everybody, there's a lot of fans, you know what I mean? Everybody wanna, have you ever felt depression on you?
Well, for me, I tried like the pressure will always kind of exist because when I was shooting, I was like, trying to keep that pressure and like the outcome of like all of it and just kind of like keeping it in the back of my mind so that I could like, focus on Angela, focus on her story and focus on honoring that story. But definitely coming out of it, it's such an overwhelming love and warmth that the fans are giving that I feel so grateful and blessed to see how they're reacting to White Tiger. It definitely surprised me how they're all reacting to it.
Love it, love it. What do you like the most about Angela and how much you can relate to her?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's definitely grounded in like, humanity, even though we're like in this superhero type of world, she still feels very, deeply human at the end of the day.
Yeah, and can you relate to her in anything, you, Camila, and her?
Yes, well, Angela goes through this, she definitely understands like, we understand like the proudness of what it is to be Latina, but there's also a pain that comes with being Latina. And so I feel like I relate to Angela in that way because you kind of do carry on this like culture with you and you carry like your family with you and you know how important that is. But at the same time, you have to deal with a lot of outside discrimination or prejudices towards Latinos. And so the way that Angela kind of overcomes that, and it definitely has taught me in a way of like taking up my space a lot more. A lot of times I would, make myself small, on purpose. But I definitely related Angela in the sense of like this would be like the version of me if I did take up space, if I was confident in my opinions and not afraid to share them. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she's great. And let's talk about the set, the stunts. How was that for you? And how was like the challenges there?
Yes, well, I can say I definitely before the stunts, I was like not, fit enough. So I definitely like trained a little bit more. And so we had a stunt training and I was very nervous for it because it was my first stunt training like ever. And I definitely repeated like all of the moves that they were teaching me because it's sort of like a choreography more than an improvisation. So I like went over it and went over it and went over it until it felt instinctual on the day of doing stunts. But at the end of the day, it was super fun and super liberating, and I'm so happy that Angela had that moment for her to just kick some butt.
Yeah, no, and then you're gonna take this training for the rest of your life, like for your next roles and everything. That's something that you learn, and I love that. So let me ask you, like, how was like work with Charlie Cox and Deborah? on set? Like, I think you guys, especially with Deborah, have a very good dynamic. How was like to work with them?
Oh, well, Deborah and Charlie are very, as good as they are actors, they are as well like very great human beings. And so working with them, it was very easy. Our scenes would come up like, very fast. We would finish our scenes very fast because it was just that, easy to play off of them. And I feel that Charlie and Deborah sort of have this like electricity when they act. And so it feels like, you just can't help but, absorb that and feel that. And so I love working with them and doing scenes with them because you know, I always feel like the scene comes alive. Our characters truly come alive. And they're such like good people like Offset, so as well like we have amazing conversations like when we're not doing our scenes, and then finally it's easy to transition into our scenes because we have that connection and we maintain that connection.
What we can expect of the last episode and Angela over there?
Well, you can definitely expect Angela not being afraid to take up space, not being afraid to have her opinion, not being afraid to have the passion that she's sort of been hiding, and that sense of like fighting for all of the injustice that has happened to her family and as to her as well. And so you can definitely will see like her saying enough is enough and taking matters into her own hands and truly owning up to that and fulfilling that.
Do you have like a favorite episode on the season? Anything that you like the most, or any moment, Angela's moment that you like the most?
Oh, well, I definitely love that moment between like me and Deborah and Charlie and also my aunts and Bullseye, of where like my character like finally like stands up to Daredevil and finally, says what she thinks and takes up space and says her opinion. Because I feel like, in the past season and like in the prior scenes, she's sort of like still treated as, like you're still a kid, you're 15, calm down. And so in that scene, I just felt like she was owning up her power. And she was like, I'm not a kid anymore. I can have a say in this. I can have an opinion. And 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 where that like follows in that scene, we see it, with the protests that she fulfills that. She's fighting for what's right and she's fighting for what she believes in. And I'm so proud of, that episode that Angela Barnes directed. It was incredible.
It's amazing. Camila, this is the time that I have with you. I want to thank you so much for your time. A lot of success. Muchas gracias. And I hope you're going to see more of Camila Rodriguez out there. Thank you so much. Muito obrigada. I'm from Brazil, so I speak a little bit of Spanish and not much. But thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.